Oh my god, we're back. Where have we been? Did we forget that this was a show? What happened? We'll explain in due time. For now, let's just focus on what we're here for. And that is, Night Raven.
Action!
How lovely it is to see everyone again. Shall we just get right into it? The strongest alliance in the Screaming Gaffers is also seemingly the most unlikely. As for individually, Callum and Kater are doing just fine. Kater is also getting along pretty well with both Jamil and Silver. Though it appears Kater still holds a bit of a grudge towards Riddle. Trey shares a similar sentiment. Trey is also growing warmer towards Silver. Silver and Ace are also getting to know each other better. Lilia is fond of Silver, as well as Sebek, though this apparently bothers Jamil greatly. In the Killer Grips trailer, alliances hold strong. Individually, Ruggy and Ortho are becoming close friends, and Jade is also growing fond of Ruggy. Vil also seems to get along with him. However, Floyd and Ruggy don't particularly care for each other. Ortho is also growing close with Jack, and the friendship of Jack and Igia is unexpected but welcomed. Leona and Jack aren't too fond of each other. Igia isn't getting along very well with fellow House Warden Azul, but Azul does play nicely with Rook. Rook and Jade are also friendly towards one another. Now, it is time for today's challenge. The challenge today is the talent show. Teams are given 8 hours to select 3 members with the best acts on their team to represent them in an upcoming talent contest. The team with the best overall rating wins invincibility. The Screaming Gaffers choose Ace, Kater, and Trey. The Killer Grips choose Floyd, Jade, and Leona. And the winners of today's challenge are the Killer Grips. After the challenge, Trey and Riddle take a moment and set aside their differences. All the while, Lilia has a breakdown. Tonight at the awards ceremony, Riddle will target Sebek, and Trey will target Lilia. Sebek has chosen to target Callum, and Lilia chooses Jamil. Kater has opted to target Riddle. Meanwhile, several fights happen within the Killer Grips. Jack and Leona, Azul and Igia, and Jade and Rook. Azul makes the decision to leave his alliance with the twins. And now we move on to the award ceremony. You all know how this works by now. The first award goes to Sebek. The second award goes to Riddle. The third award goes to Trey. The fourth award goes to Silver. The fifth award goes to Kater. The sixth award goes to Callum. The seventh award goes to Ace. The eighth award goes to Jamil. Lilia has been eliminated.
Look out for each other, don't worry about Malleus and I.
We will do our best.
Yes. We will.
That's what I like to hear. I'll make dinner for us when we're all home.
Oh great 7.
How lovely it is to be back. Now to explain our absence. As you all know, every cast member is a student. We've had exams, school events, birthdays, you name it. Last season was recorded during a break, but we're not as lucky this time around. We hope you can forgive us, because we're back for certain this time around. Now let's just get right back into it.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Vil. Let's move right along, and right into episode 5 of Night Raven.
Action!
Three eliminations versus 1. Will that change today? We'll see, but first, let's see how everyone is doing. With the Screaming Gaffers' alliances, Diasomnia is determined to pull through. Individually, Callum and Kater are inseparable. Kater is also quite close with Silver, Jamil, and Sebek. Kater and Riddle are, unfortunately, still butting heads. Silver is also friendly towards Ace, as well as Trey, and Riddle. Sebek is getting along with Jamil, but the same cannot be said with Callum. The Killer Grips have the numbers, but their alliances are sticking close. As for personal relationships, Jack and Leona are not getting along in the slightest, yet they have a mutual friend in Igia. Vil also considers Igia a friend. Igia and Azul are on the path to hatred, but Azul and Rook hold strong. Azul is also not getting along with Floyd, and neither is Ruggy. Ruggy and Ortho remain quite close, as do Ruggy and Jade. And that brings us to today's challenge. Today's challenge is camp out. Teams must spend the night in a forest. All their essential needs are at separate camps which they must find using a map and compass. In the morning, the first team back for breakfast wins. After a long, arduous night, the first team to make it back is the Screaming Gaffers. After the challenge, Riddle and Trey grow even closer, mending the bonds. All the while, Jamil and Sebek get into a screaming match. Afterwards, Silver and Sebek find common ground and grow closer. Silver and Riddle also form an alliance of their own. In the other trailer, Jade is showing up and showing out. Azul and Ruggy also bond over a shared interest. As for the award ceremony tonight, Azul and Igia are targeting each other for the same reason, as are Jack and Leona. Ortho wants to vote Rook, and Floyd chooses Ruggy. Vil opts to target Floyd. And now we move on to the award ceremony. The first award goes to Rook. The second award goes to Leona. The third award goes to Vil. The fourth award goes to Floyd. The fifth award goes to Ortho. The sixth award goes to Jade. The seventh award goes to Igia. The eighth award goes to Azul. The ninth award goes to Ruggy. Jack has been eliminated.
At least I'm not spending my birthday here.
Ashdown Baby Studios presents.
Fuck you, Ezekiel! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Ah, how good it is to be back. Now, we have something we should discuss. Are you aware 90% of our audience is not subscribed? So, to give you a little incentive, we have a very special announcement. Any person who comes to the Mastro Lounge with proof they are subscribed to Ashdown Baby will receive a 20% discount on their order. So, double check that you are subscribed, and please do subscribe if you are not already. Now, shall we continue?
And here we are, episode 6 of Night Raven.
Action!
Things are starting to get interesting, no? Let's check in on everyone. Alliances galore in the Screaming Gaffers. It surprises me that Callum and Kater haven't made one with how close they are. Kater and Trey are also quite close, as are Kater and Silver. Sebek also quite enjoys Kater's company. Another duo that are inseparable is Silver and Ace. Silver is also growing close with Trey. Callum could live without Sebek on the team, and Sebek really does not like Callum. While the Killer Grips have less alliances, they are more loyal. Floyd's favorite person in the world is Jade, but he doesn't particularly care for Azul, or Ruggy. Rook and Azul are growing closer. Azul and Igia have crossed the threshold into despising each other, but Igia and Leona are getting along quite well. Vil and Igia are also friendly towards one another. Vil is quite fond of Ruggy, and Ruggy and Ortho are very good friends. And now we move to today's challenge. Today's challenge is Phobia Factor. Players must face their worst fears. Each cast member who can successfully overcome their fear earns a point for their team. The team with the most points wins. Since the Killer Grips have 9 members to 8, one camper on Screaming Gaffers will compete twice. The challenge begins with Silver overcoming his fear, earning the Screaming Gaffers a point. Leona is next and fails to overcome his fear. Ace follows Leona, and also fails. Azul successfully overcomes his fear, making the score a 1-1 tie. Silver competes a second time, and fails. Floyd follows, and is successful, bringing the score 2-1 for the Killer Grips. Cater is next and is successful, giving us a 2-2 tie. Vil follows Cater and is unsuccessful. Trey is next to compete, and his success puts the Screaming Gaffers back in the lead. Rook comes next and is unsuccessful. Jamil, Ortho, and Callum all fail as well. Jade breaks the chain of failures and puts the score at a 3-3 tie. Riddle follows Jade and is unsuccessful. Ruggy overcomes his fear and brings the score to 4-3, Killer Grips in the lead. Sebek fails to overcome his fear, as does Igia. And thus, the winners of today's challenge are the Killer Grips. After the challenge, it seems Sebek is quite upset afterwards because he gets into fights with both Cater and Trey. Trey and Ace chat after the fights and find a common interest, but it isn't enough to stop their alliance from dissolving. For the award ceremony, Jamil chooses to target Silver, while Riddle targets Jamil. Sebek opts to target Riddle, whilst Callum targets Sebek. Meanwhile, Vil and Jade have a bit of a disagreement, which causes Azul and Jade to get into a spat. Afterwards, Azul and Ortho bond over an unknown conversation, but this conversation seems to be the cause of Ortho leaving the alliance with his brother. And finally, we come to the award ceremony. The first award goes to Trey. The second award goes to Silver. The third award goes to Cater. The fourth award goes to Callum. The fifth award goes to Ace. The sixth award goes to Riddle. The seventh award goes to Jamil. Sebek has been eliminated.
I am a disgrace. I do not deserve to stand by young master's side.
Sebek, calm yourself. You had no control over this outcome.
Goodbye, Silver.
Clever move, Azul, but I must ask what game you're playing.
I'm simply abiding by an old rule. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. I've been successful in this competition before, I intend to win again. Now, we have a busy day tomorrow, I suggest we all go to sleep.
Jade? Isn't everyone outside of our alliance our enemy?